Hello everyone, welcome to the South Coast Reptiles YouTube channel. On our corn cob review episode, we had a comment saying, what kind of substrate would we recommend? So in this episode, we're going to look at different substrates you can use for your leopard gecko and which ones we believe are the best, the worst, the absolutely abysmal. Take a guess which one that is. And go through them all and see which ones are best for us. So we're going to start off, we're going to go over 4 different kinds of substrate in this video. From corn cob to the leopard gecko terrain we use in the tank with Lizzie. Also, there are other types of substrate which are commonly used. One is reptile carpet and the other one is just simple old paper towels. So we'll start off with what we all think is the worst. I'm not going to go into massive details about this because this stuff we covered in our review of corn cob, which is a video where we got the comment about suggesting the substrate video. So obviously, as we covered in the last video, corn cob is just a byproduct of corn. It's literally, as they say on the thing, it's meant to be a biodegradable substrate, as you can see here. But on a quick note on the other thing, it may be biodegradable, but even if it's biodegradable, a leopard gecko is not a fruitivore or a herbivore or any of those kind of things. It's an insectivore. The leopard gecko digestive tract is not made to digest anything to do with any kind of plant or fruit matter. And obviously corn cob is from corn, so that's just not a good idea to start with. And in our video went over impaction, which in another video we'll go into more detail about impaction, but this stuff is rated maybe, if I could go in the minuses, it'll be -2. If I was outside right now, I'll probably put it on the fire and burn it. It is literally that bad. Substrate number 3 we're going to go over is reptile carpet. Now, you get a lot of people that will swear by reptile carpet and a lot of people that go against reptile carpet. There'll be an image here of reptile carpet because I do not own or use reptile carpet in any way, shape or form. But reptile carpet, basically its purest form, is just, well, as it says, it's a carpet of green fake grass, basically. It's to kind of increase the aesthetic of your tank without having a loose substrate. So, but the problem with this reptile carpet is you hear from a lot of people who keep leopard geckos and other lizards with sharp claws, which even though leopard geckos don't look like they have sharp claws, they do have sharp claws. Hence why, as you can see in the intro, Lizzie's able to climb up my shirt because she has these sharp claws. But these sharp claws can get stuck and entangled in the reptile carpet, which if you ever owned a cat, you know, cats get their claws stuck in your carpet and they sometimes pull their claws out. Same thing for a leopard gecko. They can get their claws stuck and then they can either lose their claw, hurt themselves in the attempt of getting their claw out of the carpet, or can you just as simple as that. It can cause multiple problems. So some people can keep reptile carpet for years and say they've never had an issue, but I just personally don't think, it just doesn't feel right for me to use reptile carpet because I don't think it's the right thing to use for them, get what I mean? Not saying it's wrong, because some people do use it and it works, but I just don't think it would work for me. The third substrate we're going to talk about is paper towel. The reason it's not the best is because this is not what I use for my adult leopard gecko Lizzie, as you can see in the tank behind me. However, this is more ideal for younger leopard geckos, because obviously the smaller your leopard gecko is, the higher your risk of impaction will be. So obviously we use a more natural substrate for our adult leopard gecko, but for younger leopard geckos, we advise to use this. Paper towel, kitchen roll, depending on which side of the pond you're on. But obviously, when you get your paper towel, you just line it in your tank like that. Obviously, this is a box, but imagine this on a bigger scale. But obviously, you line it in there like that. And the advantage of this is really, obviously, a leopard gecko is not going to get impaction from this because it's just thin paper towel. Also, another thing, it is so easy to clean. It's literally just a case of, leopard gecko spin to the toilet, grab, take it out, put it in the bin, get a new sheet of paper towel, chuck it in there. That's it. That's your cleaning done. Like, it is so simple. So you've got multiple baby leopard geckos. If you want to breed them and that, this is a very cheap and easy way to give them a substrate and to let them just easy to clean, easy maintenance. You're not really going to have much issues with this at all. So the substrate, which out of the 4 substrates, this is what we use for Lizzie. And Lizzie's never had a problem with this. This is a substrate we had her on, which then we moved to corn cob because obviously I joined this leopard gecko group on Facebook, read that I was basically going to kill my leopard gecko. So I changed over to what they said was better, the corn cob. Worst mistake of my life. You'll see it in other videos where she got impaction. She nearly died. There are multiple videos on the channel describing this. So see, it's just a collection of natural substrates, just sand, little pebbles, dirt, just like really a random mixture of substrate. What we tend to do here as well, little tip it is for seeing as like a bonus thing for substrate, because it's kind of substrate, it's not, but either way, leopard geckos require humidity for shedding, and they just, in the nature, leopard gecko will burrow into their natural ground to find moisture or more humid areas to help with their shedding and just to regulate their moisture level. So here we use sphagnum moss, very easy to use. Literally take a clump of this stuff, we place it. Obviously what we do with sphagnum moss is we put it in here. This is a leopard gecko cave we got from my local reptile shop. As you can see, it comes in two parts. You've got the lid, it's got the entrance hole in it, then you've got the base plate. Obviously you put the sphagnum moss on the inside. This sphagnum moss we put in there about 4 or 5 days ago. So normally what we do here is we like to replace it once a week, because after a week, obviously where the leopard gecko tank is hot, it is quite dry in there. This does dry out within like a week. So once a week, just literally take out the old sphagnum moss, put new sphagnum moss in, and it's ready to go. But this has still got a bit of moisture in it. We'll leave that for now. So just literally plonk that on there, and then we'll just plonk that straight back in our cage. So we'll just round up all the information I've just put out quickly. Obviously out of the 5 types of substrate we went over, you've got from worst to best, I say, you got corn cob, burn it with fire basically. Reptile carpet, some people use it, I don't like it, just for the fact of their claws can get stuck and it can cause issues with their feet and that. So I just don't like it. I don't like the look of it. It just doesn't appease me at all. Then obviously we've got paper towels, which paper towels we said, the only reason it's second to the natural is because paper towel is better for the juvenile hatchling stages, when it's more important to keep their enclosures clean, so that obviously that because they're more at risk of things like impaction, getting ill at a younger stage. And obviously the ones we use, the natural substrate we use, is what we use for our adult leopard gecko. Never had any issues with it, even though you get loads of people who comments on this video now saying, you know, you can't use this substrate, loose soil substrate isn't going to work. We have never had any issues with Lizzie using this substrate. I've checked her feces, I've checked everything. There is not one bit of this in her feces. She eats regularly, she poos regularly. Perfect leopard gecko, I couldn't really complain about her. Then obviously we've got sphagnum moss, just to give your leopard gecko some humid spots to help with shedding and other things. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope all the information we said is helpful for some of you out there who are just getting your leopard gecko. So from me and Lizzie, thank you very much and goodbye.